Good morning. Welcome to the Sunday morning worship service at DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church. My name is Chris Cable, and I'm a member of the Board of Trustees. Unitarian Universalism is a faith tradition committed to creating a just and flourishing world for all people. Our Universalist theology tells us that every person is worthy of love. Thus, when we say, whoever you are, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here, this is our message of love to you, inviting your whole self into this space to help us co-create a world centered on our values. We invite you to learn more about us and consider joining this community to enact our values of equity, justice, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity. A couple special announcements. First, the Adult Learning Team is offering a new workshop series titled Responding to the Anti-Trans Movement, a course for Unitarian Universalists. This new course created this year is designed to offer you an introduction to gender diversity, trans identity, help you understand the current political attack on trans people and the misinformation that is part of that attack, and train you how to create safety and belonging for trans people in UU congregations in this moment. The classes will take place on the first 3 Wednesdays in October from 7 to 8:15 p.m. and will be online only. Registration is required, and you can find the QR code to register on the kiosks in Crieff Hall or on the website and weekly emails. Second, the auction team is busy preparing for Auction 2025 Safari. They love to be busy. You can help them stay busy with your ticket purchases, donations of goods, services, and parties, and any questions you might have. Find the auction information page in the top navigation of the church website, or find links in the Weekly Connection email. Now, if you're online, I invite you to greet each other through the chat, and if you're present here, I invite you to turn to someone you did not come with and greet them with a wave and good morning greeting. Good morning.
We light this chalice for failings and beginning again. May its flame call us to search our souls. sifting through the past year to see where we may have missed the mark. May its light guide us toward the courageous and open-hearted apology, toward repair of relationships in our lives. May its heat warm our hearts to offer forgiveness to those who have wronged us, allowing us to release the chains of grudge and blame that have bound us to them. And may its strength help us take the actions that are within our power to make this next year more just, more loving, and more peaceful for our communities and for all of humanity.
Welcome to this place of love, this place of communal flourishing. We enter this worship space to open our hearts, to expand our minds, and to see the sacred within each other. Today, we invite you to a different place for worship. We encourage you to hold yourself tenderly today, to hold one another with grace, to open your hearts to a sacred time and a sacred space, surrounded in the love of one another and all that is holy. Come, let us worship together.
Please rise.
Unitarian theologian James Luther Adams writes, "Human beings, individually and collectively, become human by making commitment, by making promise."
The human being, as such, is the promise-making, promise-keeping, promise-breaking, and promise-renewing creature. The human being is the promise-maker, the commitment-maker. There are two religious traditions that offer holidays of repentance and repair. Hinduism has the festival of Holi in the spring, and the Jewish tradition of Yom Kippur offered less than a week after the Jewish New Year of Rosh Hashanah in the fall. These ancient traditions hold their meaning in foundational simplicity. a time to reflect on the promises and relationships we have, how we have failed, and then renewing them again. This process is deeply universalist in theology, as we have unlimited grace to fail, but also the deep responsibility to repent, repair, and make amends.
It is painful to examine ourselves and our shortcomings, whether those shortcomings are intentional hurt in the heat of a moment, or the hurt that is caused by overlooking our privilege. We have failed. Naming our failures is painful. Examining how we have been hurt by others is also painful, especially in a society that tells us that pain, hurt, fear, and anger are weaknesses. Yet we have been hurt. This past year, we have experienced a failure of an entire governmental system. We have experienced the hurt in the breaking of civility, and many of us have experienced deep pain in the breaking of relationships, family, friends, and neighbors, along more than political divides, but the divide of conscience and morality.
Today, we offer this space to recall all of the promises we have made to each other in this community. We witness all of the ways that we have both kept and broken those promises. And we turn ourselves to repair and to renewal for each broken promise we have made. Yet we also hold in our hearts a space for lament, a space to hold the hurt and pain of both society and individuals in our lives who have broken faith with us. We invite you into this space, asking you to let your hearts be broken, and then to mend them again. Breathe deep of love. Breathe out the hurt, and hold yourselves and each other lightly and tenderly. We do this ritual of broken promises for ourselves, for our church, for this faith tradition that we share, and for the world we wish to co-create into beloved community. Please join me in a sung invitation to create our ritual space.
I am entering into a sacred circle, entering into a sacred space. I will open my heart and quiet my mind for the blessings about to unfold. For the blessings about to unfold. I am entering into a sacred circle, entering into a sacred space. I will open my heart and quiet my mind for the blessings about to unfold. For the blessings about to unfold. 'Cause I am entering into a sacred circle, entering into a sacred space. I will open my heart and quiet my mind for the blessings about to unfold. For the blessings about to unfold.
We are a community of promises, literally a covenantal community. What binds us to one another is a commitment, not a doctrine or dogma or creed, but a choice we make to be with one another. We don't have to be here. We don't have to figure out how to be together, finding the balance between the community and the individual, learning to live intergenerationally, or even to respect our differences. We chose to do so. We chose one another each Sunday over and over again. We chose to do this because we believe in who we are and in who we wish to be.
Our mission statement is a promise of our embodied togetherness, who we are. I invite you to recite with me our church's mission statement. We gather as an inclusive community to grow in character, mind, and spirit, and to transform the world towards fairness, love, and compassion. We also collectively promise each other that we will become more than what we are now. This is written in our vision statement, the promise for our future. Please join me in reading our church's vision statement. We strive to boldly enact our values towards a just world as we nurture our growth to become a more inclusive and deeply connected intergenerational community.
Flowers are from their wedding florist, Southside Blooms in Inglewood. They are elated to see how their relationship will continue to bloom with support from the DUUC community. Congratulations, Miguel and Maya. For all of those who celebrate Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we wish you many, many blessings in the Jewish New Year and during the Jewish High Holy Days. And for all of us for whom the news this week has weighed on our hearts, for all of the broken relationships, for all of the pain when our identities are not acknowledged, for all of the violence, even violence in the midst of protest, we hold space in our hearts. Please join me in this prayer from Reverend Joan Javier Duval. Holy Mystery, silent presence, uncertain bearer of the weight of it all. In these quiet moments, we listen. We listen for the maybe still breathing, perhaps still whispering, faintest sign of the universal good. We listen between the cacophony of distractions pulling us towards untruth and falsehood. We listen amidst the shrill cries of desperation, of "we've had enough," of "when will they stop killing my people?" Of "how much more will the waters rise?" Of "when will it be safe to return to my home?" Of "how much longer can I hang on?" We listen and we wait through the tumult of these days. We seek assurance. We seek the fulfillment of a promise made by and to our ancestors, a promise made to ourselves, a promise made to those we have been stretched to call neighbor, a promise written and enshrined and yet unfulfilled. Help us, abiding mystery, to hang on, to hold on when all is in question, when all is in doubt. Help us to stay firm to our own commitments and our own promises. Lead us back into connection, back into the bonds of humanity that help us to know each other is beloved. May we continue listening. May we keep watch. May we beckon love and justice and mercy with our own whispers, with our shouts, with our cries, until all know themselves to be part of the circle of love.
The word promise has at least two meanings. One is possibility, as in, she has such promise. The other is commitment. I promise you this. We are beings of promise, and our lives play out at the meeting of those two meanings, where our potential and our commitment encounter one another, tangled up in all of our relatedness. One promise makes the other real. Without infinite possibilities stretching out before us, to what would we need to be faithful? And without our faithfulness, what could ever become of that infinite possibility? We are beings of promise.
We are a faith of promise, of covenant, and our communities of practice organize themselves primarily around potential and commitment. One promise makes the other one real. We proclaim what yet may be, and we devote ourselves to its becoming. We covenant with each other and with life, and in doing so, we find that what is possible grows and grows. We are a faith of promise, and I would like to invite you now to weave a circle of our promises, naming some of the sacred possibilities and cherished commitments of our church, DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church, and of our faith tradition, Unitarian Universalism, as we create a circle of flowers showing the beauty of the covenant that we share. But we are also a church that gifts our abundance to our community. As we invite you forward to lay your flower and share a named commitment of our faith, we invite you to also place your offering to Literacy DuPage in the bowl in the front. So there will be flowers here for you to grab. And I would ask that you come down this aisle and come down this aisle and return through these aisles. Please grab a flower and invite your shared named commitment to our community in this sacred space.
This reading is titled Spilling the Light by Julian Jamaica Soto. Some people are used to keeping rules. Don't cross the street when the light is red, only sensible. It turns out keeping rules isn't the same as keeping covenant, which asks us, instead of keeping a bright line, to keep our promises. To what have we promised ourselves? To this moment in time and place, to this community, and even tenderly interconnected this planet. We promised ourselves to the idea that we are each and all human beings. We promise that there is something moving between us that we cannot tame and cannot measure. The chalice is a reminder that what flame we keep inside of us cannot light the way. The light must spill to shine. The thing you must be is yourself, unadulterated, shedding the willingness to journey alone, as though you are made of something hard and unforgivable. You are human. You belong right here, right now, and together we will chase away the sickness, the secrets, and leave only the open possibility that the future is a space for growth.
When we are born, there is an inherent promise that is made between ourselves and all living things, from our planet to our global world, to our local community, our towns, our state, even our nations. It's a promise to our family, our friends, and our neighbors. It is a promise that we will do our best to be good people, to care for one another, to work for our children. While there are many times that we disagree or do things differently, there remains inherent in all of these relationships a promise of goodwill, a promise of civility and respect for all. I invite you to lay a red flower in the circle, reminding ourselves of this promise to all living things, that we will honor and respect each other. As you do so, I invite you to name the promises that we've made to each other as a society. Monica, sit back here. Yeah. Perfect. we are people who break things. We break promises and hearts. We break glasses and lives. We break things out of carelessness and cruelty. We break things we never meant to break. We break things because we cannot imagine another choice. We break things because we're clumsy. We break things because we are human.
The poet Doriana Lux writes, "What's broken? The slate black sky, the middle step on the back porch, and long ago, my mother's necklace, the beads rolling north and south. Broken, the rose stem drops into water. Glass knobs on the bedroom door. Last summer's pot of parsley and mint. White roots shooting like streamers through the cracks. Years ago, the cat's tail, the bird bath, the car hood's rusty latch. Broken little finger on my right hand at birth. I was pulled out too fast. What hasn't been rent, divided, split? Broken the days into nights, the night sky into stars, the stars into patterns I make up as I trace them with a broken off blade of grass. Possible, unthinkable, the cricket's tiny back as I lie on the lawn in the dark. My heart, a blue cup fallen from someone's hand."
We have all broken promises. We, the members of DUUC, have all broken promises. Our faith tradition has broken faith with people and with life. This church has broken promises throughout the many years of its existence. Promises broken to our children, broken promises of trust with each other and leaders, promises broken with the land we care for, broken promises to our staff as an employer, breaching the promises of our covenant of right relations. We acknowledge the breaking of our promises to one another, the hurt we cause, the harm we didn't intend, and all the ways we have failed. I now invite our children to gently come forward and remove some of the white baby's breath.
As we've reflected on the promises we have broken in this community, and with each other. It's important to make space in this political moment for the ways that we have broken for the way that others have broken their promises to us. The political divide has us weighing family relationships, friends, and neighborly relations against our values and our moral compass. This is not simply a moment of disagreement, but a difference rooted in the very core of our beings. The tears and breaks are ugly. They hurt. They are filled with anger and resentment. They are painful. We've been hurt by the broken promise of democracy, of decency, and the brokenness of goodwill. The broken promise that not all lives matter, nor do we all apparently agree with dignity and respect for all beings.
Holding the brokenness is heavy work. We will now give you a stone to hold as you sit with this grief, this destruction that we will all own together, and the destruction that has been perpetuated on us by those who were once closest to us. This brokenness that is painful and real and true. I now invite our children to come forward again and take a red flower to pull the broken promises of goodwill from our circle. Let us sit and lament for all that is lost.
And yet, despite what has been lost, our path forward towards repair begins with togetherness and willingness to move with one another in continued fellowship. Jewish songwriter Shoshana Jadwab takes inspiration from the biblical story of Ruth and Naomi, two women who, despite their losses, choose relationship and community with each other. "Do not urge me to leave you," said Ruth, to go back and not follow you, for wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. And where you lie, I will lie, beloved. Where you lie, I will lie. your people are mine, for your people are my people, your divine, my divine. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go.
There is a brokenness out of which comes the unbroken, a shatteredness out of which blooms the unshatterable. There is a sorrow beyond all grief, which leads to joy, and a fragility out of all whose depths emerges strength. There's a hollow space, too vast for words, through which we pass with each loss, out of whose darkness we are sanctioned into being. There is a cry deeper than all sound, whose serrated edges cut the heart as we break open to the place inside which is unbreakable and whole, while learning to sing.
There is a promise in you that abides beyond your failures and foibles, and possibilities still left to make real. There are commitments to which we must rededicate our lives. There are some promises, however, which may never be renewed or repaired, and we must be clear that there is no returning to before the circle was broken, and no pathway to recreate the circle as it once was. But there is room for something new.
The work of forgiveness is so challenging. The actual work of it, the naming, grieving, empathizing, releasing. It's like a death of what we wanted, what we expected, what we'd hoped for, what we deserved and didn't receive. We don't get to control other people or outcomes. I am as devastated about this as you. Forgiveness comes easier to people who regularly ask forgiveness themselves. All of us love poorly at some point, and infusing our community with ownership and repentance is contagious. Say you're sorry. Ask forgiveness. This leads not only to stronger relationships, but to better humans. And this world needs better humans.
The final step in our ritual of promise is renewal. Together we turn back again and again to the love that is unshatterable and to which we can rededicate our lives. While repair may happen, the circle will always have cracks. For what we can repair, we will. I invite you to take a moment to make a promise to your life, to our faith, to yourself, to each other, about how you will move forward in the work of repair. Hold that stone in your hand and fill it up with your renewed promise. I then invite you to place your stone in the circle, completing it again, transforming it into something new. the circle is renewed-ish. The story of our journey is beautiful, even in its heartache. But the most beautiful part is that we don't journey alone. We made this circle together. We repaired this circle together. And we will continue to transform this circle into something more loving and more just each and every day. Here in this space, we are gifted with the grace to repair the mistakes that we've made. Here in this space, we gift the arms of love to each other and all those beyond our doors who need a sense of love and a renewed sense of love in humanity. We become the chosen family for those whose relationships have been broken maybe forever. Our circle of love means that no one stands alone.
Draw the circle wide. Draw the circle wide. No one stands alone, we'll stand side by side. Draw the circle wide. Lift your voices with me. Draw the circle wide. Draw the circle wide. No one stands alone, we'll stand side by side. Draw the circle. Please rise, everybody, and let's sing once more. Draw the circle wide. Draw the circle wide. No one stands alone, we'll stand side by side. Draw the circle wide. Draw the circle wide. Draw it wider still. Let this be our song. No one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide. Draw the circle wide. Draw it wider still. Let this be our song. No one stands alone, standing side by side. We're standing side by side. Draw the circle wide. You can sing it to your neighbor if you want. Draw the circle wide. Draw it wider still. Let this be our song. No one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide. Draw the circle wide. Draw the circle wide. No the circle wide. Draw the circle, draw the circle wide. Draw the circle, draw the circle wide.
Behold this circle of promise, made, kept, broken, and renewed. Behold the circle that we make and remake, break and repair. When we return to the promise of our shared struggle for liberation, our shared love again and again.
When the world is sick, can no one be well? But I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. And when the world is sick, can no one be well? But I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. When the world is sick, can no one be well? But I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. And when the world is sick, can no one be well? But I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. But I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. And I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong.
A faith committed to transformation, centered in love and honoring the interdependence of us all, requires that we honestly and without shame face that which we have done to cause harm and hurt. That we do so in the presence of others to keep ourselves honest and to give each other the grace we need to begin again. A faith committed to the inherent worth and dignity of all people, centered in love, honoring our pluralism, requires that we wrap each other in love when we live with lifelong heartache. As we leave this place, this circle of unending grace looks different, but it is ours to tend with care and love. As we do so here, may we do so in the world as well. May it be so. Amen.
Please join me in the following words as we extinguish our chalice. We extinguish the chalice, but not the light in our hearts. Until we meet again, may the warmth of our community carry you. Join us in this Learning Center for our poster making.